They all loud.
Hello, guys. Thank you for tuning in to our first Buzz Live of the new year.
Oh,
it is the first one. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
See you guys in forever. I am Shamika Sanders, your host, but I have two very important special people with me. You already know them because they are no strangers to Hello Beautiful. We have Yandy Smith right here, Yandy Smith Harris. And then we have Ray Holliday, my, handsome and funny co-host with me. So we're about to cut up. We're about to talk to Yandy about everything love and hip-hop, what she has going on. She is a mom, an entrepreneur. She is a businesswoman. And we'll be taking some of your questions, so keep them coming. We're monitoring them, so don't think you can be shady and slick and get your questions
But we okay with a little bit shady and slick.
A little bit. I mean,
you're all right with a little bit of it.
You can't be on love and hip-hop
and not be all right with
shade. Okay, so let's...
it's all fair.
In love and hip hop.
Don't you just love Mona's voice? Wouldn't she just narrate our life?
Right.
That would be so walking down the steps.
Well, she's kind of narrating.
She does.
Sort of.
Sort of.
Yeah, okay.
Of sorts.
Of sorts.
Right.
In the TV world.
In TV world. So, talking about TV world, we're knee-deep into Love and Hip Hop
we are.
right now.
I think we're on episode 8.
Yeah, is this mid-season?
Yeah,
this must be about mid-season, and we've seen a lot happen so far. And you are the star of the show, as you always are.
I am not. I'm
She's
so
been
not
the star for
You've
the last 4
the
seasons.
star. When you started.
I'm not the star. I am just a little meek. No, I'm not. I can't. Whenever people say that, I'm like, yeah, right. I just add a little bit of fluff.
I mean,
I normally just sit back, keep cool, keep calm.
If that helps you sleep at
Right,
night.
at
You
night.
are
Right.
the bona fide star. You have the biggest storyline, the most solid storyline.
Yeah.
I will
loving
say throughout
and one
the years.
that we want to watch.
Can I just say I hate my storyline this season?
Well, this season
Can
is
I
a little
just
different
say-
than past seasons. So
Can I
can
just-
see why
can
you
I
would
just say-
hate it a little bit.
But you know.
You don't hate it, maybe. But I mean, okay, so Yandy is talking about right now. If you watch, I'm sure you do because you follow us, we see you guys watch, you read our recaps, you're in there with us. Yandy is under a little bit of controversy, and I call it a little bit because at the end of the day, you still got your man, you still got your home, you still got a job.
And I protect the bag.
Right.
Still.
Right.
DJ Khaled. What did he say? Secure the bag.
Secure the
And
bag.
DJ Khaled also says, I got the
secured
keys.
Ooh.
I got the keys.
All the
Yeah,
major
keys.
ones.
I got the keys.
Now, we've seen that Yandy guy.
I got the keys.
We've seen that Yandy has all the keys, the master key.
All of them.
The skeleton
master
key.
keys.
The key
so just
to
in case
everything.
you leave your key at home, when you come back to your apartment,
You
might be locked out.
And if you see Yandy standing there, you might want to rethink everything. But we are watching this season, and we are in the middle of it. You have some controversy around you right now.
I do.
As we've seen, please tell us, why do you think that, and you were telling me a little bit about this before we started, that you didn't think it would be that big of a deal. But why didn't you think it would be that big of a deal to not announce that you weren't legally, and we say legally in quotes because you professed your love in front of God with Mendeecees. But why didn't you think that would be a big deal that you weren't legally married to Mendeecees?
Starting the show, and I don't know what's coming up next, so there's not much that I can talk about. So I'm going to try to talk around.
And talk about what we've seen already.
I'm only going to talk about what we've seen already.
Got it.
And I know that in things that we shot, I said, I don't know if this comes up later, but I'm trying to. All right, so the phone call with Mendeecees, after we spoke about, of course, the night of, when I got the call from the attorney, he and I were together. Mm-hmm. And it was sad. Like, I was so sad to tell him. I mean, he was actually sitting right next to me, and it was late. And we were both battling, like, what do we want to do? I'm in tears, and he's, like, damn near in tears. And I'm like, we're going through with this. I'm not turning back. Like, I love you. We're going through with this.
With the wedding.
Of course.
The wedding.
And then, the day of, I was like, forget it. I'm just signed. Like, I don't care. Like, let's just go. I don't care.
Makes sense.
He was the one like, Yandy, we have children. Mm-hmm. We've built this, and you've built so much. You built an empire. We built an empire together. Mm-hmm. And he's like, this is on me. Like, I got this. So now that happened. By the time the plea was signed, I sent it off. Thinking everything
was cool.
Like
the marriage license.
The registration paper that has all of our signatures.
Okay.
That's what you send off, and it comes back.
Okay.
Got it.
It comes back with the certificate, whatever.
Got it.
It got rejected because it was after the 60-day mark. Oh. So with tricks of editing and all that. When I spoke to him on the phone, And he's like, what happened? Like, because he
I
knew
thought
that
you sent it out.
He knew you sent it
he
out.
knew that I already sent it out.
Yes.
But
He
he
just didn't know.
thought that, he was like, what happened?
happened?
And I'm like, we'll talk about that. He's like, what happened? And I'm like, you're not going to reject me and tell me I'm not married to this man. And I was
Right.
like, if y'all don't want to appreciate my May 25th, 2015 date, y'all don't have to.
Right.
Y'all don't got to
Got
appreciate it.
Right.
We'll figure that out when you get home. But in that moment, I didn't feel like going into all that with all the cameras and
Got
stuff around.
Got it.
And Lord knows, I didn't want to go into any of this
At all.
at all.
Right.
If I could keep it a secret, I would have kept it
I'm
a
sure.
secret.
Yeah.
But with the haters amidst,
Right.
I was like, let me put it
Right.
out there first.
Right.
Because I already know they probably paid for every background check. This,
And
that
I was
check,
about to say that.
You know
And
they did that.
You've been doing this show for too long.
You
not to
know.
know
Yeah.
how that works.
You already know.
All
so
somebody
I
got to do is
said,
get an inkling.
you
and
already
that's it.
know.
And research
So
it.
I
And get ahead of
said,
it.
I already
Right.
know. I said, because I know people have come to me, texting me like, we got to find this mugshot of this girl. And I'm like,
right.
well, if y'all looking for her mugshot,
Right.
What else
what
can
y'all
you
looking
find?
for?
Right,
So
right.
I said, you know what? Let me. And honestly, when I first started the season, I thought everything was good. I thought everything was accepted. So I'm like, yeah, my husband and
so
my
you
husband
cool.
and my yeah.
I get it.
Then I got that back in the mail, and I was
You was
like,
like, oh, okay.
Okay.
how Austin
alright.
Powers does it?
Was it?
So I was like, oh Lord, let me just go on ahead and explain, get this out.
Okay.
Because I don't want nobody saying nothing to me about nothing.
Very smart.
Okay,
decision.
I mean, that makes a lot of sense
Yeah.
because you've always been very honest on the show.
Always.
You are, I don't know if you saw this, Jess Hilarious. She made a video and she was responding. She was a fan and she was just like, I don't know why Yandy lied. Why did
But
Yandy
lied
lie?
about what? I see that in my comments all the time. I'm like, lie? What did I
Yes.
lie about?
So
Right.
that's what I think
Where is
people,
the
I also
lying?
think
Because let me
editing,
be very.
people get misconstrued
They
with the
got it
editing
all
that they
completely.
see.
Yes.
Right.
And let
they
me
don't
be
let
very
things
clear.
evolve either. The
There
season is not over.
It ain't over.
Right, right,
Till the
right.
fat lady sing and I
Agreed.
ain't start singing yet.
Agreed.
Now
Wait,
listen.
You're not fat though.
I'm a little thick sauce though.
Right.
you
So it's not over till
I'm
the thick
saucy.
lady
you
sing.
be,
I'm
you be
saucy.
thicky. You can't see it in this coat she got on.
See this coat?
You see this coat?
I got a coat
Probably
on because I got some issues at the top that my husband wouldn't like very
You wanted
much.
And
to
you know how
clarify.
that's my guy, so we gotta keep
Yeah.
him.
Yeah, so I was like, let me
Okay,
find these
right.
coats to
I don't want
cover,
to get the
We
call.
do love
to
we-
cover the fact that I'm
Right.
cold.
Right.
I don't want anybody up here like, why you got...
Exactly.
So-
Or people have everything to say, but you were clarifying something. After she clarifies that, we're going to go to the comments and see a little bit about what
Okay.
people were saying. But you were just clarifying that you weren't lying.
Oh, no, I wasn't lying about anything. When I was shooting, I mean, to this day, that is my husband. I don't give a what nobody say. That's my
Right.
husband.
Right.
With a ceremony, without a ceremony. And like I said to him, if you think a piece of paper defines my commitment to you,
Right.
you are sadly mistaken.
Absolutely.
With all the stuff that I'm going
Yeah.
through, especially now with these two,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah.
holding you down?
Yeah.
and holding you down,
Yeah. Yeah.
you are sadly mistaken. But anyway,
Yes.
Anyway.
I digress.
Right.
I don't know what I was explaining because I lost my train of thought, but I love
You
that
never
man
lied.
from the top of his
Yes.
head to the bottom of his soul. Never ever lied. And why you keep throwing the white side? Why you keep throwing editing? I might have said wife amongst a bunch of other things, but of course, since they knew where the story was going, they're gonna keep every time I said wife,
Absolutely.
wife. I done
Absolutely.
said I called myself a million different things and called them a million different things, but they're gonna keep the
Right.
wife, the wife, the this,
Right.
the that,
That's
because they knew where it was going
Right.
in the story.
Right.
That's
So,
a good point.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I honestly, even at the time when I knew the paperwork wasn't accepted, that wasn't enough to make me feel like I wasn't. I committed myself to that man in my heart, before God, before our 300 friends, and then the 4 million people of the world that watch.
Yeah.
Right.
Who's gonna hold me accountable but y'all? Everybody.
Right. Right.
I didn't need the government to hold me accountable.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Well, I mean-
that's a real thing.
Yeah.
And then you have, you got the baby. So at the end of the day, you really are not in a position where you can afford to give them money. You got the babies. You got
Yeah.
everything that's going on. No.
I think everyone respected it. So when
Everybody.
you had said out loud why, and we said, oh, Black Weaver was like, okay, girl, yeah, we know. But
get it.
And the only ones that
We get
don't
it.
understand that are the broke ones that sit at home wondering when they gonna get their next or their first check.
I think for me and some of other fans, I'll seriously be honest. When I first started watching it, I thought the other two women, the baby mothers, I just was like, why are they going so hard? What is
Yeah.
happening?
I still think that.
Yeah, and I
Why?
thought, what are they trying to prove? Okay.
But and that's my point. Like for me, I'm just like, whatever role you played in the past, it was the past.
It was the past.
It was the past.
As of
Yes.
right now,
And,
though,
and
As of right
honestly,
now.
and I've also said, but I see that it didn't make the edit. I've said a million times to one of them, listen, People lie. Men lie. You could have been bamboozled. He might have told you every I love you, baby. You the one for me.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Boop, boop, boop.
Still
But when
the
you had
past.
to leave the house at 8 p.m.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and you couldn't call after 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you couldn't
Someone
show
right.
up.
Yeah.
Something ain't right.
Yeah,
And then
agreed.
when you see him on national TV for 5, 6, 7 years and professing his love, and then when he goes away, you want to come. Something ain't right.
It's too
Yeah.
much.
Where was you at all the other years when we
Right.
asked you to come on the
Yeah.
season?
Right.
Where was
Right.
you at?
Right.
We asked because
Right.
I
Yeah.
said that'd be great for the story. Bring them on.
Ah.
Bring both of them on. That'd be great.
Oh, you would have been
So
down.
now,
I was down, of course, with him there because the truth
Okay.
would have prevailed.
Yeah.
right, but
And
see,
he-
they didn't want to come on when he was there.
No, he was the one that was like, he was like, they'll be willing. Yeah, let's call it act. So I said, let's reach out. Let's get them on. And they was like, hell no. Samantha was like, yeah, cool. First season, me and her
Yeah.
we was cool.
I remember.
Yeah.
Somebody forwarded me the old scene, and she came. We walked in. She gave me a hug. Thank you so much for all your help. I really
Yeah.
want to get back in my son. I'm like, okay, now it's like you never, and I don't know why. And I was
Yeah.
like,
It's very.
that
I'm
turn
like,
up.
what did we
That
forget?
camera
Yeah.
turn up.
Yeah.
Well, let's take some comments from
Okay.
the readers. Brittany and Odom says, y'all great grandparents were married under God and no government, so was their marriage fraud too?
But
Tom
where
says-
is the? Well, I don't understand this word fraud. I don't understand.
I
the
think where it comes
lying.
from is that we are-
Where? Why? Why do people
because-
say this?
if you're not legally married, and also I think you did a great job explaining it, because we don't get this from the show. We don't know
Right.
all of this backstory.
Yeah.
Like I was saying, watching, we were looking and we were just like, well, why did she go so hard? I was wondering, were you overcompensating for something? Personally, as a fan, I was like, why is Yandy going so hard? Because at first I was like, okay, the two baby mothers, they're going so hard right now.
Right.
And then I was like, why is Yandy doing so much to clap back? Like, once you change the locks, I said, well, damn.
But see, what you guys didn't see too, that scene at the birthday party, when I say it was gang up, first of all, I have my kids with me. I don't do drama and I don't do
Right.
problems with my
As
children.
you should.
Okay.
My children were literally in
Yeah.
the next room, like could hear almost, I felt like. So when I sat down and I'm like, and I see Judy and Kim, the other grandmother, leave, I'm like, uh-oh, set up. But I'm like, hey girls, what's up? Can
Right.
we move forward? Let's get on
Right.
the right page.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's do better.
Right.
And they was like, you da 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 and you da 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 and ba da da, and I was like, oh. So I just sat there like, okay, my child is in the next room. I'm just gonna sit here and be cute and do
play with
this.
this, right?
Rightfully
Because
so. There's
my
never
kids are
been,
in the next room.
Right. There's also never been a scene where they weren't angry. So I feel like you always come in.
And then it was so
feeling
many
good.
names. It was so many things that I was being called, and I was so angry. But I was like, I'm gonna keep my kids in the next room.
Yeah.
Right.
And for me, I don't even want to have bad energy around my kids. Like I
Yeah.
don't even want to walk up upset. So I was like, the whole time,
I
like
get
it.
I'm chilling. Nope. But when I left out that room, tucked my kids in bed that night, I was thinking like, yo, what I'm gonna do?
What I'ma say?
What I'm
I'ma
gonna do?
clap back.
What I'm
What
gonna
I'ma
say?
do?
Right.
What am I doing?
Which is
I was
natural,
so
which is very
angry.
natural.
Yeah.
Right.
So when I walked into that next scene, then I called my sister-in-law like, yo, come with me real quick.
Yeah.
Come with me. She like, where? I'm going to Harlem right now. I'm going to use my key to get into my storage apartment. And I'm going to change the locks because she definitely had a key.
Yeah.
Because she would keep certain things there.
Right.
And I was like, nobody lived. No, her lived there, and definitely not baby boy Asim lived there. No one lived there.
Right. You
We
did
keep-
say storage apartment.
yeah, we
Right.
keep stuff. We keep junk, like all of our junk there. We just throw clothes and go. Stuff that I don't want in my closet. The summertime, I
Yeah.
keep my summer clothes there. Throw it in,
Got it.
leave out.
Got it.
So no one lived there. So I'm like, I don't like the fact that you tried to use that in this scene, like
To make it seem like
we
you
got the
displaced the home.
me and him got a lease together.
I get it.
We legally live together.
I get it.
No, you don't.
I get it.
You don't.
get it.
We do use your name for the lease, okay, but you don't live together.
Okay.
So
let's get back to
that's
some of
when
these
I went-
comments.
Okay.
Nia Pretty Black Autry says, it just moved, but she said, I love your relationship. We had someone asking, where is Yandy really from?
I'm from Harlem.
She's hot. Simone Silvera says, is Yandy pregnant? That's,
What?
she's flat stomached
No.
right now.
No.
Her man, husband.
Although I wish I was. I wish I was pregnant right now.
Do you?
I do.
Oh.
Don't make me sad. Make me
Okay,
cry.
no
No.
sadness.
We're good.
Celeste Endor Dilworth wants to know, love Yandy. She stood up and accepted her man's outside kids as hers. She's a stand-up woman to me.
Yep.
Keep doing what you've been doing. Being there for your man and his babies because they love you at the end of the day. Good
Absolutely.
positive comment. We love it.
Thank you.
Hazel, Yandy, I'm all for you and everything you did. Do you think other baby moms were in it for a come-up just to try to get some attention?
I think the worst agony is having a story that's untold and you feel like you know, you're not able to get your point across. And I respect it. Like, I respect you wanting to come out here and let the world know your side of the story.
Right.
But let it be the truth. Let it match up. Let it be something that is honest. Because, you know, you trying to paint this picture like, oh, Mendeecees just saying that because you a sugar mama. Oh, Mendeecees just saying that because his family just saying that.
Right.
So his mom, his sister, him, and all his friends, I'm paying all of them off.
Right.
I got that much bag.
Right.
I got that much money in the bag.
I mean, that
Because
may
if you
be
do,
secured bag.
And then we got 2 kids.
Right.
I didn't make that man get on his knee. And then the first time we went to Vegas, I was like, this ain't
You
it.
were.
I remember.
That is true. You weren't.
This ain't
This ain't right.
It was this
Very,
ain't
very
right. I ain't make that man. I didn't do this.
Right.
So it's like I'm paying him, and I'm a sugar mom. This is why he loves me. This is why he created 2 kids. This is why he lives in that house and comes home every night. This is why.
Yeah.
Like, just come on. It's okay. I told you in the scene, I said, listen, if you've been bamboozled or he made you feel like you were the apple of his eye,
Right.
that's what a man is supposed to do.
Sure.
But just accept where you are now and move on. Let's move on.
Yeah.
We don't need to be out here in the street arguing and yelling and fighting and going back and
Absolutely.
forth. That's tacky.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So if you could, right now, in this moment, express one thing to all the viewers, because it's like, in real life, you don't owe anybody anything.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of viewers who really, really love you and who will root for you no matter what. And I know that there's a message that you have specifically for them.
If I have to say anything, and I'll go up to what we know this far in
Right
the
now.
season, because
Yes.
things happen later.
Yep.
But up to this point in the season, what I want to say is for the women, you have got to sometimes protect yourself, protect your children, protect your needs. Put your needs first. You know, I'm an advocate for all things women. And if you can learn anything from me for this season, it's okay to stand up for what it works for you.
Yeah.
It's okay to stand up for what makes you happy. You don't necessarily have to compromise who you are. And it's okay to sometimes think with your head and not always with your heart. Because then you could be on the stupid train. And if you guys are doubting or wondering, I love Mendeecees, like I said, with all of my heart and soul. That is my baby. That's my phone. That's probably him calling me. Let's see. If it's him calling me, I'll put it on speaker. Oh, that's not him calling me. But yeah, I love him to death. And there's nothing that would make me more committed or take me from him. So no to all you guys leaving comments like, oh, she gonna wind up leaving him after these baby mamas. Never. Never, ever. In my Cardi B voice, I'm here forever.
Forever. Spins into
Forever.
it.
As I whip my ponytail back.
Well, I'm glad that you brought this. And the last thing we'll say about this from Courtney Ship, and then Ray, if you have anything I see. The love of my life has put me through hell, and he wants to come back. Should I forgive and move on, or just let him go? No pain, no gain. This is relationship advice from Yandy right now.
Come
Wow.
on. Ask Yandy.
You know, it's all about what you can take and what you stand. Does love hurt? Sometimes it does. Should it? No. But sometimes it does. And it's all about what your tolerance level can take. I would say, can you wake up tomorrow without him and be okay? If you can wake up tomorrow and be okay, move on. Wash your hands of it. Go get a new one. There's many out there. But if you feel like you're not going to be able to go on, if you feel like this is the love of your life, fight for what you want. Fight for your relationship. I had to fight for mine. I'm still fighting for mine. You see what I'm going through?
Yeah.
This right here, without sleeping with him at night and waking up to him, is hell.
Yeah.
But I'm not walking away. So you got to choose your battles wisely.
I hear that. Ray, did you have something you wanted to add to that?
I didn't. I was just wanted to say, yeah. So,
I wanted
I'm glad that you cleared that up as much as you could.
I hope I don't get in trouble.
No, you
I
won't.
think that you.
No, I think you
this
were
is
good.
everything we've
You were
seen
good.
thus far.
Okay.
But we love Yandy the boss. So
We
we
do.
want to know what the boss is going.
You got a lot going on. First of all, you
lot
have
going
a
on.
hairline.
I do.
'Cause
It's
we
called
love
Yell
hair.
Beauty. Please, please, please. I'm going to get you some. Matter of
Please,
fact.
okay, send me some.
I got you. I got you. So
Can I get
Yell
some
Beauty
dreads or
is...
something?
I got something for you.
Okay.
What I have for you is I'm also doing a Yell Beauty skincare line.
Ooh.
Yes, and it's for normal to dry to oily skin.
I need that.
And I have everything you can get. I have a face wash, I have a cleanser, I have a toner, I have a serum, I have eye cream, I have moisturizer. I've been developing it now for a little over a year, and finally I have my product in.
Okay.
So right now I'm building the website, and I actually put up a post today about it, but I will be pushing that out, and I'll get you some samples of that.
I'm with it.
I want some samples of that. I just want samples of everything.
Okay.
Everything you got.
I'll get you some samples of that.
I mean,
do you ever notice my Hello Beautiful pillow on my bed?
No!
Oh, let me show you.
So Yandy, every time she comes here, because she is Team Beautiful.
Right, right.
She's she didn't steal it. She was about to, and I said, you can have it.
I was definitely about to
She
stick
was
it in my
about to steal
coat.
it, and I said, you don't have to be the thief. We will give it to you.
Oh my God.
You can have it. And I said, but you got to take
Yep.
pictures with it.
And
She
when
said,
I wake
will.
up, I have Hello Beautiful on my bed.
And, oh, that is so beautiful. That's
Let me
also
show
motivation,
you.
too. She's going to show us, but also to talk about more things she has. She has a book with Candy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Okay, Candy Burris and I are doing a book. It's called Babies, Boardrooms, and Breastfeeding.
Okay.
And it's all about
I can see
mommies
it.
in the boardroom. You see it?
I see the
You
pillow.
see it?
I
Okay.
see it there.
Can you guys see it? You see the Hello Beautiful
You
pillow
can-
behind
oh.
Skylar?
Look at Sky.
Oh, my goodness.
I don't know if you can see it, but hopefully you did. But anyway, I never lie. So yeah, it's all about working moms and trying to maintain breastfeeding as well. It's not
wow.
easy. There are so many, and that's how me and Candy got close because one day she just called me out the blue. I put up a post about weaning, I think it was weaning Amir off the boob at the time. Or maybe it was Skylar, I'm not sure. And she's like, oh my gosh, I just started breastfeeding Ace. You know, Ace was maybe like 4 or 5 days old. And she's like, I don't know what to do. I'm having a hard time. And we just stayed on the phone talking. And I was giving her, you know, tips on what to do. And it was helpful. You know, she continued to breastfeed. And then I was like, we should write a book about this.
Other mothers want to know
Let's just
about
talking
this,
about
too.
our experiences.
Shout out to Candy.
Yeah, Candy's the bomb. She's so bomb to me.
Do you watch other reality shows? Because when you say
I
Candy, I
do.
think of Real Housewives. Then me and Ray, we love our reality TV. Hello, Beautiful. That is our
Yeah,
guilty
that is
pleasure.
our
We
thing.
love our reality.
Yeah.
We just watched last night. Star was on.
Yeah.
Vivica's new show was on.
Ooh.
Did you? Are you gonna watch Vivica's show? I mean,
gotta
that
watch
is.
it.
I want to watch
you
Vivica's
gotta
new
watch
show.
it. You gotta watch
It seems juicy.
Are you watching
honey.
Mariah?
Please tell me you watch Mariah.
I watch Mariah. Mariah is something else.
Mariah
It
is. This is
She is
gold.
something
It's
I
golden.
love her.
It's golden.
I love it
It's
too.
golden.
I love
I
it
love
too.
it.
I love it too. I love
Everyone
getting to know the real them without the glitz,
Absolutely.
the camera.
The glitz
Well, it
and
is
Well,
cameras.
there's no glitz. There's always glitz with Mariah.
That's
And
true.
glamour.
And fluorescent
But we don't.
light.
But
No fluorescent.
No
light.
fluorescent
but this
light.
isn't just her on the stage singing her heart out.
Yeah.
Right.
This is
right,
her at
right.
home.
It's
Yes.
details, yes.
Going to get a sip. What does she
Yes.
call it?
Oh my God.
I'm gonna go get a
Mariah,
I
everything
mean,
she does is just next level.
It
specifically her
She,
anniversary.
she jumps in the pool. She's like, I'm gonna go take a dip, and just dives in
I'm
the
gonna
pool
go
with a
take
like $4,000 gown
and her
on.
shades on.
But don't you just
Shades.
want to do that? Like, don't you
I
just
do.
wish you could live that life?
Absolutely. I just want to jump off a yacht.
Goals.
Goals. Totally.
Mariah.
Goals.
Goals.
Okay, I know that Yandy has so much to do because she is a boss. She has to go. She is going to wrap it up. What do you have left that you want to say? Anything that you want to clarify? Anything?
Well, I'll be back. Y'all know it'll be something else for me to clarify.
Absolutely.
The longer you
season
guys
goes on.
tune in, about
Right.
3 more episodes, y'all gonna want me back.
Absolutely.
Clarify some more controversy.
And you are welcome to come anytime you
Thank you
want.
very much. So
You
y'all
can
just make sure y'all
catch
call
Yandy
me.
Smith Harris Mondays on Love and Hip
You
Hop.
can. And follow me on Instagram. I keep things very simple. The name I get checks in, Yandy Smith.
Yandy Smith. And follow me at Shamika_Sanders and Ray.
At Ray Holliday.
With 2 L's.
RAEHOLLIDAY.
Okay, guys. Bye. Until next time, we'll have Yandy back. Bye.